Well, I just watched Borderlands, so let's talk about it. So the film is about Lilith, who is a bounty hunter forming this alliance with other outlaws, this team of misfits, to find the daughter of the most powerful man in the galaxy. And the film does have a pretty good cast, as we get Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jack Black, Ariana Greenblatt, and I'm going to be honest, they were good with what they were given. They had their time to shine. Especially Ariana. She was great in this, like how she was great in the Barbie movie as a young version of Ahsoka, as young Gamora. She is definitely going to be a star one day. And the main character of the film was Cate Blanchett's Lilith, and I thought she was pretty good in the role. She was an outlaw, she was a badass, gunslinger, all that. I do wish that there was more to Kevin Hart's character. I wish there were more humor with him, because Kevin Hart is hilarious. But it felt like with this, it was toned down a bit. And I do wish there were more funny moments with Jack Black's claptrap. And I honestly do feel like that the villain could have been better. He just felt stereotypical, and like the henchman, the goon, just felt like rip-offs of stormtroopers. But besides that, cast for the most part was pretty good. And please know, I have never played nothing from Borderlands, so I know nothing about these games. So I do not know how accurate it is, but I've heard a lot of negative things on how it is not accurate to the games. But story-wise with this, I do feel like it could have been better. Because with what this film does, it tries to be like how Guardians of the Galaxy is, both the Suicide Squad movies, Dungeons and Dragons, where it's just a team of misfits, and it just lacked something that those had. And there were some parts in the story that was like a bit predictable, that I feel like could have been executed better. And I heard that this film had a lot of problems behind the scenes, because the original script was said to be really good. It had one of the writers for The Last of Us working on it, but when Eli Roth was brought in as director, he changed a lot of stuff. And the guy who wrote The Last of Us, he was like, nope, take my name off this. And then during reshoots, they replaced Eli Roth with Tim Miller, who directed Deadpool, because Eli Roth was busy doing that Thanksgiving slasher film he did. And there were like some parts in this film, like with the humor, I do feel like it could have been better. And I also noticed that with the action, there were times where like they weren't even trying. But with how the film looked, like with the set design, the environment, how the characters looked, and the vibe, I thought that worked. I thought that was pretty good. And even though there were like some parts with the action where it felt like they weren't really trying, like there was some of it that was pretty good for the most part. But is this the worst film of the year? Honestly, no. There are much more worse films than this. But this film could have been much better. But at the same time, I'm not saying that it's a terrible film. Because this film, I'm not gonna lie, it does have some enjoyable moments, some funny moments. I also feel like people who don't know about the video game may enjoy this more than people who know about the video game. And that is fine. Overall, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great either. It definitely could have been better. But at the same time, it is somewhat enjoyable. I had fun with it at times. But like I mentioned, I do think it could have been better. There was a lot of room for improvement. But have you seen Borderlands? If so, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more.